I heard that they were writing this, and I thought, oh, this sounds amazing, but I'll never act in something with no dialogue. It just seemed like such a stretch. It seemed like somebody who is not me would perform it, and like somebody who's a committed like stunt player who knows how to work their bodies in a more adept way than me. And so then, but then when I finally read the script, I realized, you realize within a page, oh, this thing is really emotional and funny and dramatic in all the same ways actors normally are trained to kind of work. And so the pitch for this movie does not match up what the actual movie is, which is this very relatable, almost very human, funny, sad experience.
Nothing's a recent eureka moment for it. It just it takes so long to make a movie, so it's just kind of which ideas, stick with us long enough to keep fighting to make them. And we've just been obsessed with Bigfoot since we were little kids. Both part of like American mythology, and then just as a pop culture figure. But all the footage that you were familiar with Bigfoot was always of it just walking or just elusively poking out of the woods. And so it just started off as a joke initially, like what else is it doing? What else is going on in the world of the Sasquatch? And in most films about Sasquatch prior have been either like kind of family films or horror films, and always from the perspective of humans. And we thought it would be interesting to explore the interior lives of the Sasquatches firsthand.
I told my dad because he's like, I grew up with him telling me Sasquatch stories, because he's from Oregon, and he, like, as far as I was concerned growing up, it was a real thing. So there was like everyone had a story, and he would show me like in the hills of Oregon like where he heard a Sasquatch, and so it was like very much in my upbringing. So I was very excited to tell him about about the movie. He's very excited to see it.
Yeah, well, Jesse had worked with this movement coach in the past, and he came on, and so we had this kind of 2-3 day Sasquatch boot camp, and so we spent a lot of time like exploring the movements and trying to explore the relationships and how we would interact with one another and around one another in certain ways, and the just our communication, through physicality. And it was really interesting it was great to have that experience, because we were able to work on the balance between kind of how you act under all of the prosthetics, and also matching with your eyes and your physical body movement. So it was Sasquatch Boot Camp was huge for us.
Yeah, I mean, all four of us would get into makeup first thing in the morning, and it was like a 2-hour process. And then some days, my scene wouldn't be until the end of the day, or even like a shot. And we even had one where we pushed it, so I was just in costume all day for without ever being in front of the camera. But after the first day, we all in the crew and everybody just wearing the costume became very normal. Like it was just, oh yeah, this is the strange project we're all on. But everybody was so excited and on board with it that it was like that excitement, made all the weird stuff even. They just liked being in that situation. Say, yeah, of course, there's one of the directors is going to be in makeup, but that's great.
Yeah. I mean, by like any movie, by day 2, everything's normalized. So it just.